The next big moment for the labor movement is happening right here. 5,200 Mercedes workers are voting this week on whether or not to join the UAW.
If we're all able to come into that place and exhaust our bodies past measurement, I feel that we can at least be compensated fairly.
Right now we're being pushed against the wall, and if we don't do something, it's just going to get 10 times worse.
It's the second election in the UAW's campaign to unionize the entire auto industry, and the biggest one yet. If workers win, they'll become the largest new manufacturing union in the country since 1989. It's a pretty big deal, but the numbers are really only part of the story here. To understand exactly how significant this moment is, you have to go back. It's 2021, and Amazon workers in Bessemer, Alabama are voting to form the company's first union.
I'm ready to fight. I am tired.
They're fed up with long hours and dangerous working conditions.
If I had the opportunity to talk to Jeff Bezos face to face, I would really want to ask him, have he ever worked in a warehouse before?
It's a real David and Goliath fight. Families making just over $30,000 a year are taking on the richest man in the world. There hasn't been a union election in Alabama in a long time, especially not one with the stakes this high, so it's getting a lot of attention.
Today and over the next few days and weeks, workers in Alabama and all across America are voting on whether to organize a union in their workplace.
The fight that you are waging is not only going to impact people where you work, it's going to send a message to workers all across this country.
What happens here really could set the stage for the future.
All of that happened just 20 miles from where we are right now. Workers ultimately lost their election after Amazon engaged in a union-busting campaign that was later deemed illegal. But that's another story. The point is, even though they lost, it was a real turning point in the labor movement. Since then, we've seen unions assert power like they haven't in decades. Workers have walked out on huge strikes and won monumental gains. And the push to organize non-union workers is actually succeeding. Now it's 3 years later, and we're back in almost the exact same spot in Alabama, watching another pivotal labor moment unfold.
Now here we are today, on the cusp of a union election that we are going to win.
Like Volkswagen, Mercedes workers started organizing their union after seeing wins at the Big Three. But they're up against much stronger headwinds. From constant anti-union messages from the company to pressure from politicians, the anti-union attacks are coming at workers from all sides. Mercedes even replaced their CEO, with the new CEO claiming,
"I will be listening to you. I am here for you."
And they've also eliminated wage tiers and offered new bonuses. But all of this is just an attempt by the company to appease workers' concerns in the hopes that they won't vote for the union.
You're within spitting distance of a life-changing victory right here. The company knows this too. That's why Mercedes is doing what companies always do, pulling out every trick in the book to instill fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or sow division among the workers, to scare people away from standing up for a better life.
There's a lot at stake here. If you've been following this movement, you know that Volkswagen's win was significant, and this one would be even more so. It would show that workers aren't buying company bullshit anymore. They're not going to be dissuaded by politicians, and they can win, even in the Deep South, in record numbers. So we're going to be here this week talking to workers about this historic moment and watching as this crucial election unfolds.